Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to be writing equations of quadratic functions with technology. This is one piece of three things that we have to do. We're going to write the equations of quadratic functions when we're given the vertex and one other point, and we are going to use technology, which means our calculator today. How we're going to do it is we're going to watch this video, you're going to listen to my instructions, we're going to take notes, and then collaborate with your group to complete the practice problems. Alright, so just like I stated, we're going to be given the vertex and one other point, and we've got to find the equation of the parabola that contains these points. So I want you to write these points down in your notes. You don't necessarily need this horizontal line, but you do need this vertical line, and we need it just about like this, more to the left than to the right. And we're going to write the steps down of what we're going to do, and then we're going to do the examples here. So step one is we are going to plot the points. Okay, we don't necessarily have graph paper, but then again we don't necessarily need it. We can sketch these. I just made a rough XY point here, and you should be doing the same thing on your paper in your interactive notebook. The first point I want to sketch is the vertex, and it's right 3 and it's up 4, and that looks like a good estimate. And then I want to sketch the next one, which is right 5, right about there, and up 12. Okay, so these are good estimates of where those points would be. And the cool thing about a parabola is at the vertex, everything is symmetric, meaning it follows the same pattern on the right as it does on the left. So if I've got this point here and it is up 12, then I know I have another point here that's also up 12. And since it is a pattern, if I went right 2 to get 5, then I know I just need to go left 2 to find this x, which is 1. If I count 2 left from 3, I get 1. So we've used the idea of symmetry. We use symmetry to find a third point. Alright, guys, your notes should look like mine. If you need to pause this video, go ahead and pause it and make sure that your paper looks like this before you move on. Okay, let's rewrite those points down, or I'm going to rewrite the points down. We've got 1, 12, 3, 4, and 5, 12. Okay, so here's where the fun comes in. Our third step, we are going to use our calculator, use technology to perform quadratic regression that will give us our third point. We will often use our math shorthand, and we call it stat calc 5. Okay, so what that tells me is I'm going to use the stat function on my calculator to do quadratic regression. So, and in order to do quadratic, you guys, just a little piece of information, in order to find the equation of a quadratic function, you've got to have 3 points. To find the equation of a linear point, you only need 2. So that's why you have to use symmetry and find that third point. So we've got it. Let me drag my calculator over here. Okay, my calculator, there it is. Okay, and now let's use the stat. Turn it on first. Let's use stat, and we are going to edit, and we're going to put our points in there. Mine are already in 1, 3, 5, and 12, 4, 12. And then we're going to hit stat again, calculate, and we're doing quadratic regression, which is our 5th choice. Enter, 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 enter. Okay, and I've got A equals 2, B equals negative 12, and C equals 22. Let's write that down. Once again, you should be writing this down too. So A equals 2, B equals negative 12, and C equals 22. And if you'll see in the calculator, this is what, so let's write that down. Y equals 2x squared, because we're going to substitute 2 for A. B is negative 12, so we can put our negative 12x, and plus C, and C is 22. And this is the equation using technology of our parabola. Okay, I want you to try it real quick. Okay, your example is to use the vertex of 2, 5 and the point. Let's do 0.14. Oh no, I don't like that point. It's too close to the vertex. Let's do 0.01. Okay. I want you to pause and I want you to try this on your own before you let me do it for you. So I'd really like to see you pause, and I'd like to see you follow those 3 steps, which is plot the points, use symmetry to find the third point, and then use stat. So I'm going to do it real quick, but I'd rather you pause me and you try it on your own. Okay, here's the 0.25. 0.1 is right about there. Okay, so I know I have another point right about here. So I know it went up 1. And I had to go left 2 to get to 0. So I've got to go right 2 to get to my new point. So I use symmetry, and I found my third point. So I'm going to go to another screen and I'm going to write those down. And then I use my calculator to do quadratic regression, which we often call stat calc 5. I like to do the second plus 712 when I want to clear everything out and have a clean calculator. So let's go to stat again, and let's do 0, 2, 4, and 1, 5, 1, and let's do stat calc 5, enter, 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 enter. Okay, and so we've got A equals negative 1, B equals 4, and C equals 1. A equals negative 1, B equals 4, and C equals negative 1. So we write y equals negative 1x squared plus 4x minus 1. And I hope you got the same thing. Good luck, you guys.